So today now we are going to a new topic. The topic's name is preposition. Okay. So prepositions, I think you would have you know uh, learnt about it in your school. We know that no at, in, on, by. There are many prepositions like that, right? And we can divide prepositions into three types. So prepositions of direction, prepositions of place, preposition of time அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். So அதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா we'll look at one by one, and in this book na you will have all these prepositions, all kind of grammar topics are there. So this is I just want you to follow me, okay? So the first thing that we are going to learn is we are going to learn about during. Now we need to understand where to use during. Now we know that this is a word that we have been using in our conversation, in our writing and all from school, but we need to know how to use it appropriately. Okay, so during normally refers to the particular time between two points, the starting point and the end point. அதுதான் வந்து இங்க சொல்றாங்க பாருங்க. It between the start and between the end of something. Okay, this is that between time na, that is considered to be during. Okay, now for example, if you see, we have something like I fell asleep during the movie. So that means there is some action that is going on. The action is the movie has started at some point of time and it is in progress. Okay, but it's not ended. Okay, so it's still in progress, but during that time this person slept. So during always refers to the middle point between the starting and the ending point. Okay, so you see one more example here. We meet some really nice people during our holiday. So that means when we were in our holidays we met some really nice people. Okay, that is what. So it happened during the holiday time. That is what they are mentioning. Okay, now where can you use this word? That we have to understand. So you can use this word with morning, the night, the summer. It could be anything, and you can see all the examples given here. It rained in the night or during the night. It's lovely here during the summer. Okay, or in the summer, like that. So this is one way of using this word. So what I want you to do is like you need to construct your own examples when you're trying to if you want to really know how to use this word appropriately, you should come up with your own examples. So in the beginning you can look at these examples, but then slowly you have to know how to use them in your writing and during your conversation also. This should come naturally. So அதுக்கு வந்து நம்ம try பண்ணணும். Okay, so this is one thing. Okay, so understand. And during is a preposition. It's one of the preposition because it refers to time. Okay, நான் சொன்னேன்ல three types இருக்கு. One is it refers to time, the other one it refers to place, and the other one it refers to direction. So the time referring preposition. Okay, now we'll come back again. Now for and during. Now what is the difference? We'll have to see what difference. The first thing, we use for to say how long something goes on. Okay, here is an example. We watched TV for 2 hours last night. So that means the extension of time. We are talking about how long. Okay, so it's the for answers how long. Okay, so we have been watching television for 2 hours. Okay, so the action happened for 2 hours. So that is how you use for. So Jess is going away for a week in September. So we are talking about a particular time. We are mentioning a particular week. Okay, that's 7 days we are mentioning here. So that is what is given here, and this is very different from the word during. Okay, then how are you? I haven't seen you for ages. That means for it has been a lot of days or a lot of years since I have seen you, and it refers to a particular time. Okay, and again, are you going away for the weekend? Now again, I'm concerned about a particular time. So are you going away for a weekend? And that means you will not be available this weekend. like something like that. Okay, so this is how you use for. But there are other uses as well. So we do not use during to say how long something goes on. We do not say during 2 hours, during 5 years. That is wrong. So what you have to use here, you have to say for 2 hours, for 5 years. For example, I've been working in this organization for 5 years. You cannot say I've been working in this organization during 5 years. That is wrong. Okay, so you should know where to use for and where to use during. Okay. Any doubts here so far, dear?
No, sir.
Okay, good. So understand that these are prepositions and you should know how to use them properly. Okay, we'll come down. Okay, now we'll see the difference between during and while. Okay, what is during and what is while? Okay, we use during plus noun, but in the case of while, we see we use it with the subject and a verb. We cannot use directly like we use it with a noun. So here there is a subject and a verb. You know what is a subject? A subject is something that initiates an action. Okay, it can be a person, it can be a thing, like that. Okay, something that initiates an action. Now what is the subject here? You see I is the subject here. I is the subject here. So we see that while has been used with I, and after I there is this was auxiliary verb, and then we have watching, which is a main verb. So this has to be the construction. Okay, but in the case of during, it doesn't follow anything. During just comes with a noun. The next word should be a noun. Okay, so I fell asleep during the movie. Okay, so the movie is a noun. Every time, no, when you refer to the verb or adjective or a noun, whatever it is, you have to also include the article. Okay, include the article. Okay, now that is why they included the movie. Okay, they don't just say movie, they say the movie. Okay, because we are very particular which movie. Okay, like that. And you see here, we met a lot of interesting people during our holiday. Robert suddenly began to feel ill during the exam. Okay, now we are talking about as he was writing his exam, he felt he did not feel well. That is what I'm trying to mention. Okay, but here, if you see here, Robert suddenly began to feel ill while he was doing the exam. The same sentence here, the same meaning, but written it with a different prepositions. This is what you have to understand, how I should use while and how I should use during. So is it fine, dear Purancha? Hope you understand. Okay, make sure that you see a lot of examples based on these prepositions and you will understand without any problem. Okay, then coming down, we saw Claire while we were waiting. We saw Claire while we were waiting for the bus. So you see here, we is a subject, saw is a verb, Claire is a noun, while we see that it's a preposition, and then அந்த while அப்புறம் என்ன வரும்னு சொல்லியிருந்தேன். I said a noun will come, right? So we have a subject, sorry. Okay, we, and then we have an auxiliary verb, and then we have waiting, which is a main verb. So this construction is there. This is a subject, we is a subject, and where is an auxiliary verb, and waiting is a main verb. Okay, so the construction is there. So this you have to ensure, otherwise sentence construction may go wrong, right? So you should understand here again. You see we have while, and after that it has to be a subject. So while you becomes a subject, then where again, which is a auxiliary verb, past auxiliary verb where. So the construction is followed. And again here, while Amy watched, it's a noun, sorry, it's a verb, right? So while it's a preposition, Amy is a noun, and then we have watched. That means the construction is working out everywhere in every sentence. So whenever you see while, you have to make sure that your construction reads like this. Okay, fine. Now, see, we don't have to read every rule that is given in this material here. Whatever you feel that, okay, this I should know, then that alone you can read. You don't have to read it line by line. Okay. So far, good na, no problem na. Any issues?
No, sir.
Okay, dear. Um, Let me know, ma, if you don't understand or if I'm going too fast, then just let me know. Okay. Now we'll see there are exercises. If you want, I'll give this book to you. You can have a copy and you can read it. You can try all these exercise also. Um, this is a very famous book. Okay, it's called as Raymond Murphy's English Grammar in Use, and it's very famous. I think you would be having this book. It's like Ren and Martin, but they're better than Ren and Martin. Okay, so this is a really good book. So yeah, now we are going to see how to use by and until. Now we are going to see this based on time. Okay, I told you we have three types: not time, place, and direction. So particularly with time, we have to know how to use it. In that case, what you have to do is you'll have to understand how to use by first. By means the meaning is not later than. That means it is referring to a particular deadline. Okay, it's referring to a deadline. I need my assignment by Tuesday, or I need my work to be completed. By Saturday, something like that. So by is not later than that time. That is the meaning. So here you see an example. I sent the documents today, so they should arrive by Monday. Okay, so not later than Monday. That is the understanding. Okay, not later than Monday. By Monday it should be arrived. So this is how you use by, the preposition by with reference to time. Okay, on or before Monday, not later than Monday. That is the meaning that we are trying to give. We would better hurry. We have to be home by 5 o'clock. We use all these in our writing and conversation, but we do not know that by is a preposition, and by normally refers to a deadline. We don't know that, but we simply use it. Okay. So now we know, no, you know where by comes and how you should use it. Now, where is Sarah? She should be here by now. So by now means not later than this time. Immediately, she has to be here, like that. Okay, this is how you should understand. Yeah, and in any product you buy, there is an expiry date, right? So in that case, this milk has to be used by 14th August. By 14th August. So anything that refers to a particular time and not later than that, you have to indicate with the preposition by. Okay, good. Now, by we are familiar, but how to use until or till? This has been a bit confusing sometimes for us, but we know that there is until, but what we do is we normally think both are same, and use it as we like, right? Now, let's see how to use it appropriately. So, let's read it. We use until or till to say how long the situation continues. So whenever we want to talk about something and we want to talk about how long it is going to happen, then we use either until or till. Now, see, shall we go now? Then the B person answers, no, let's wait until it stops raining. Or you can say, let's wait till it stops raining. But you know what? Both are correct. They're telling that both these sentences are correct. But I feel that saying until is more nice. Uh, okay, so you use this one. Okay, you don't use the other way. You use this one. No, let's wait until it stops raining, because this is uh, this appears more pleasing for its meaning than till. Okay, so and it is more pleasant also to listen to. So let's say, no, let's wait until it stops raining. Okay, but both the meaning is correct. You can either use until or till in this. Now, I was very tired this morning. I stayed in bed until 10:30, or I did not get up until 10:30. You see that they normally use until because uh, they're talking about how long a particular thing is going to continue. So until would be better than Okay, but there are certain examples like this. Let's see that something continues until a time in the future. Okay, when we are not when we are not very sure about you know the future or the time, but we predict that by this time, maybe by this time it will get over, or by Monday. That is what they are given here. Joe will be away until Monday. It is a prediction. It may even go to Tuesday, but we don't care about that. But we are trying to say Joe will be away until Monday. That means by Tuesday or by Monday night, he may be returning. That is what we are trying to say. So same way, I'll be working until 11:30. நம்ம நார்மலாக என்ன சொல்லுவோம்னா I'll be working till 11:30 ன்னு சொல்லுவோம். We use till. 90% we use till. We don't use until. But it just says that you can use until also. Okay, I'll be working until 11:30. Similarly, you can also say that let's wait until it stops raining, something like that. Okay, just 1 minute here. Okay, yeah, so far fine. Can we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, dear. Okay, see, what are the prepositions that we saw so far, Ma? Tell me, what are all the different prepositions we saw? என்னென்ன பார்த்தோம் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல இருந்து?
While ending.
ஓகே, குட். while அதுக்கப்புறம்
Until.
until பார்த்தோம், till பார்த்தோம், அதுக்கப்புறம்
For,
For.
for and during பார்த்தோம்
For.
இல்ல?
during.
Very good. For and during பார்த்தோம். That is also very important. Now,
Yes.
now I believe that you know how to use for, during, till, until, and then while. I think you can use all these things without any problem, right? But இது மட்டும் பத்தாது. கிளாஸ்ல just listen பண்றது மட்டும் பத்தாது. You guys have to look at examples, see how you can use it effectively, and then like you can also try solving lot of articles test online. There are many worksheets, article tests available online. That also you have to do. அப்பதான் வந்து இது மாஸ்டர் பண்ண முடியும். Okay, now okay, நம்ம buyன்றதை வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணோம். லைக் buyனா இட் talks about deadline அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். I want you to complete your homework by tomorrow அப்படின்னு சொன்னா it refers to deadline ன்னு சொன்னோம். But here you see we have something called as by the time. By the time. Now this is kind of phrase. Okay, it's a kind of phrase. It always comes together here. You can't insert any word in between. By the time na it's by the time தான். You cannot include any word நடுவுல எல்லாம் எதுவும் போட முடியாது. ஏன்னா நீங்க எந்த சென்டென்ஸ் பார்த்தாலும் by the time ஒன்னா தான் வரும். Say by the time, by the time, by the time, by the time, everything it comes like that only. You cannot add any words. Okay, so that means it is a kind of phrase. Okay, and it is together. Okay, so what is the meaning when you say by the time? We are trying to talk about two actions, and you're pinpointing a particular time. Okay, let's read this example. You will understand. By the time we get there, it will be closed. See, there are two things happening here. ஒன்று, நம்ம அந்த இடத்துக்கு போய் சேர்றது, அது ஒரு ஆக்ஷன். இன்னொரு ஆக்ஷன் என்னன்னா, அந்த ஷாப் ஆர் வாட் எவர் இட் இஸ் பீயிங் க்ளோஸ்ட். ஸோ இங்கே ரெண்டு விஷயத்தை பற்றி சொல்கிறோம். சரியா? ரெண்டு விஷயம் இருக்கணும் கண்டிப்பாக whenever you talk about this. And another thing is, you know it talks about a specific time. ஓகே, அப்போது என்ன அர்த்தம்னா, நான் வந்து பஸ் ஸ்டாண்ட் போகிறதுக்குள்ள த பஸ் மே லீவ் அப்படின்னு சொல்ல வரேன். அப்படின்னா நான் போய் அந்த பஸ் ஸ்டாண்டில் போய் ரீச் ஆகிற டைம் பற்றி பேசிகிட்டு இருக்கேன்னு இருக்கும். ஸோ பை த டைம் இஸ் யூஸ்ட் ஒன்லி ஃபார் த டைம் தட் த ரீச்சிங் பாயிண்ட்னு சொல்லலாம். த ரீச்சிங் பாயிண்ட் த ரீச்சிங் டைம் பற்றி பேசுகிறோம். சரியா? பிகாஸ் இட்ஸ் அபவுட் என்ன சொல்கிறது, இட்ஸ் அபவுட் ப்ரிபோசிஷன் ஆஃப் டைம், ரைட்? வி ஆர் டாக்கிங் அபவுட் அ ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் டைம். Okay, another example. By the time you check in and go through security, it will be time for your flight. Now you see again here, there are two things happening. One is your flight is getting ready to start and it's there waiting. But by the time you check in and pass the security check and everything, it will be too much time for your flight. So it may leave also. We don't know. So they're talking about two actions here, and it is also pinpointing one particular time. Okay, and mostly this is like negative. Okay, by the time we get to the cinema, the film will already have started. See, nobody wants to be in the theater, late. Okay, they want to see the film right from the beginning, right? So that means whenever you're saying by the time, you're going to talk about the opposite thing. Okay, the opposite result that you have to understand. This is one way that we can use by the time. See, again, there are two ways of saying it. இங்க பாருங்க, by the time we get to the cinema, the film will already have started. இங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா have யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. have startedன்னு சொல்றாங்க. பட் இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா by the time we got to the cinema, the film had already started. Now that means we are talking about a past instant here. But here we are talking about something that is going to happen, okay, which is about to happen in future. That is what we are trying to say here. So, but the construction is same. But here you see there is a present tense verb. We get to the cinema. Get means it is in the present tense, right? But here you see it is got. That means it is in the past tense. So whenever you're using these prepositions, you should also know that in which tense I am writing, or am I using the right auxiliary verb or not. Am I constructing the sentence properly with respect to tense and time? That you have to check. Okay, that is also important. Okay, then what other constructions you can make with by அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா by then அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். By then னா by that time. Okay, that is the understanding that you have to have. By then means by that time, or by that time. Both are same. Okay, you can either say by then or by that time. It just means you're talking about a specific time in the future, right? For example, I can say that imagine I'm talking about 3 years from now, okay, or 4 years from now. And then I would say that by the time you will be graduated, or I can say by then you will be graduated. Both are same, okay? By then you will be graduated, or by that time you will be graduated. So this is how you use by then or by that time. Both constructions are correct, and you can use any one of them. Okay. So these are some things that you have to note it down here. In case you want to revisit, then you can. I'll be uploading the video now. You can listen to it again if you want. Now, okay. Now we are coming to something which is very important, and normally we make a lot of mistakes in these prepositions, but it's very important that we have to know about all these things. These are called as basic prepositions in English. Okay, and this is similar for time, place. Okay, time and place. The same thing comes for place also. Here, no, it talks about time, but you can use the same thing for the place also. Okay, so first thing is we'll see about at. ஸோ எங்கெல்லாம் நம்ம at யூஸ் பண்ணலான்னா இவங்களே கொடுத்துருக்காங்க கிளியரா. We use it for the time of the day. If you want to talk about a particular time of the day, then you have to use only at. You cannot say in or on. You're not supposed to use in or on. So at 5 o'clock, that means a specific time. I will be meeting you at say 10 o'clock. So whenever I'm trying to refer to a particular time, you have to use at. Okay, don't use in or don't use on. Okay, that is wrong. இங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது எல்லாமே வந்து ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் டைம் மென்ஷன் பண்ணுது. ஒரு டேவோட ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் டைம். நவ் at 11:45, at midnight, at lunch time, or like that, at sunset. Okay, so this is how you use it, and there are many other words also. So if it's referring to a particular time, you will say at. Now, where do you use on? We all know that we use on for days and dates, right? So, right from Monday to Sunday, you use on. Okay. If it's a repeated one, also you use on. For example, on Friday nu sollala, on Fridays nu sollala, on Mondays nu sollala. Okay. So, whenever it is referring to a day or a particular date, say on. We know this. Okay. I don't have to, teach you this because you know. Then specific day na it also includes your birthday or any other anniversary or any other important days. No, it also includes that. So for that you will say on my birthday, on New Year's Day, on Christmas. Like that you have to use. Then in can be used for longer periods. That means anything beyond the day. That is like a month or a week or a year or a seasons. You can normally use in. I'll meet you in a week and சொல்லுவோம். I'll meet you on a week and சொல்ல மாட்டோம். கரெக்டா? I'll meet you at a week and சொல்லக்கூடாதுல்ல. So we only say I'll meet you in a week, right? So that means it is a longer time when compared to day. So anything longer than a day you will use in. அப்படி ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. அண்ட் இதெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். மந்த்ஸ்க்கு வந்து வி யூஸ் இன் அண்ட் இயர்ஸ்க்கு ஆல்சோ வி யூஸ் இன் அண்ட் சீசன்ஸ் லைக் வின்டர், சம்மர், ஸ்ப்ரிங், ஆட்டம் இது எல்லாத்துக்கும் வி யூஸ் இன் தான் சொல்லுவோம்னு உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். ஓகே. பட் இதில் ஒரே ஒரு விஷயம் நீங்கள் பார்க்கணும். வெனெவர் ஐ எம் டாக்கிங் அபவுட் centuries or when I'm referring to the periods, இப்போ 90ஸ்ல 80ஸ்ல அப்படின்னு அந்த பீரியட்ஸ்க்கு ரெஃபர் பண்ணுறப்போ இல்லைன்னா சென்ச்சுரிஸ்க்கு ரெஃபர் பண்ணுறப்போ வந்து we have to say the article should be included in the 1990s, in the 1980s. You have to tell like that. Okay, because you are very specific. This denotes specific time. And again in the 20th century, in the 19th century, like that. Okay. And there's also in the future, in the past. Okay, like that only we say in the present. எப்போதுமே in the words கூட past, present, future கூட எல்லாம் என்ன வரும், the definite article கண்டிப்பா வரும். Okay, இது ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும். So I hope this part is very clear. Okay. Yeah. And this is very important here because we tend to make mistakes. It should not you should not make mistakes even when you're speaking also. That means all of a sudden I ask you to come and speak, and when you're trying to speak, you should make sure that you're using at or in or by whatever prepositions I have taught you correctly. Try to. எடுத்தோன்னே எல்லாமே வந்துராது. The more you try, the better you can speak. So you have to continuously practice, and you have to know, um, kind of memorize it. Don't memorize it, but kind of reflect on it. அதாவது வந்து சும்மா யதார்த்தமாக உங்கள் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கூட பேசுகிறப்போ கூட மைண்டில் போட்டுக்கோங்க. இந்த ஆஃப்டர்நூன் தான் சொல்லணும், இந்த ஈவினிங் தான் சொல்லணும், நைட்டுக்கு அட் நைட்டுன்னு சொல்லணும். இந்த மாதிரி வந்து உங்களுக்குள்ளேயே நீங்கள் சொல்லிக்கோங்க. ஓகே, தட் இஸ் ஹவ் யூ கேன் மாஸ்டர் தீஸ் திங்ஸ். ஓகே. Now again, at with respect to time, we use it with these words like moment, minute, present, this time, all these things. Same time, weekends, Christmas night. Many people ask me, no sir, how to improve my language, how to ensure that I don't make any mistakes and all. Then there is no other way other than knowing all these things. Now do you people have to tell me, do you anytime use at the moment, at the minute? Do you even use these words while you speak in English? Do you use it, dear? யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்களா? அட் த மொமெண்ட்னு சொல்லியிருக்கீங்களா? அட் ப்ரெசன்ட் நார்மலாக சொல்வோன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அட் ப்ரெசன்ட் நீங்கள் தமிழில் கூட பேசலாம்ப்பா. யூ கேன் டாக் இன் யுவர் ஓன் லாங்குவேஜ் ஆல்சோ. யூ கேன் சே அட் ப்ரெசன்ட் ஐம் ஒர்க்கிங்னு சொல்லலாம். நான் இப்போது அட் ப்ரெசென்ட்டில் ஒர்க் பண்ணிகிட்டு இருக்கேன்னு சொல்லலாம். தேர் இஸ் நத்திங் ராங். தட் இஸ் ஹவ் யூ ஷுட் இம்ப்ரூவ் யுவர் கம்யூனிகேஷன். இங்கிலீஷ்லேயே வந்து நம்ம சொல்லணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. நான் வந்து இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்கிறேன், நான் வந்து அவரை பார்க்க போனேன், ஆனால் அட் த மொமெண்ட் அவர் அங்கே இல்லை அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். there is nothing wrong, right? I don't have to simply say it in English. No, until you become familiar, until no, it comes naturally to your language, you can use it with your mother tongue. ஓகே, அது மொமெண்ட் அவர் அங்கே இல்லை அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். அதில் என்ன, யார் என்ன தப்பாக நினச்சிக்க போகிறாங்க? யாருமே எதுவுமே நினைக்க மாட்டாங்க. த ஆப்ஜெக்டிவ் இஸ் அந்த வேர்டை நம்ம எப்படியாவது கற்றுக்கணும், அது நம்மளோட ரெகுலர் யூஸில் வரணும், அது வந்து நேச்சுரலாக வரணும். நம்ம அதை பேசணுன்னதுக்காக பேசுன மாதிரி இல்லாமல் that has to come naturally. Okay, so அப்போ you guys have to try it with your mother tongue also sometimes. Okay, இப்போ at the same time நம்ம சொல்கிறோம், at the same time யூஸ்வலாக நம்ம சொல்லுவோம், பட் you guys have to make sure that you are saying it. Okay, at the weekends you can say நான் ரொம்ப பிஸியாக இருக்கேன், மேபி at the weekends நான் பார்க்க ட்ரை பண்ணுறேன்னு சொல்லலாம். நான் ரொம்ப பிஸியாக இருக்கேன், மேபி at the weekends I'll try to meet you அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம், right? But we don't use these terms normally, na? So you guys have to make sure that you use it. Now I told you again, whenever you want to um, talk about a specific day, and if it's an important day, then you use that. Sometimes at Christmas, like that, on Christmas day. But இங்க வந்து ஒரு சின்ன சேஞ்ச் பாருங்க. Normally we say on Christmas day. When you want, that depends on the context where you want to use it. Okay, you can either say at Christmas. I have a party at Christmas. I am giving a party at Christmas ன்னு சொல்லலாம். Then எப்படி சொல்லலாம், I will meet you on Christmas day ன்னு சொல்லலாம். I will meet you on Christmas day ன்னு சொல்லலாம். That depends on what you want to tell, the context. Okay, that is very important. And most important thing is, unlike the afternoon, morning and evening, for night it is always at night. Okay, see, there is another word called as tonight. That is a single word, tonight. That means it's referring to today night. Okay, tonight and silver. But you want to generalize about a night, you can say at night in general. Okay, at night இங்க கொடுத்திருக்காங்க பாருங்க, during nights in general. During nights in general, this is something that you have to learn. Okay, but in the night is also possible ன்னு இங்க கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. In the night is also a possible. That means during a particular night. இது வந்து அந்த டியூரிங் அந்த வேர்ட் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அந்த சென்ஸில் யூஸ் பண்ணுறப்போ மட்டும் யூ கேன் சே இன் த நைட். தட் மீன்ஸ் இன் த மிடில் ஆஃப் த நைட்டுன்னு சொல்லுவோம் நார்மலி. இன் த மிடில் ஆஃப் த நைட், பிகாஸ் யூ ஆர் ரெஃபரிங் டு அ பர்டிகுலர் டைம். நைட் டைம்ன்றது இட்ஸ் an extended period of time, right? அதில் I am talking about a specific time, so that is where I am using during, right? So when you say in the night, it means at some point during the night time. That is what it means. So in that sense, you have to say in the middle of the night or in the night, something like that. But normally when you are referring to night, you say at night. Maybe like this, I'll call you at night. I'll give a phone call at night, something like that. Okay, so make it, try to remember these things and try to use them every day so that you don't forget them. And when you're trying to read a book or when you're trying to read some article and you see that how people are using the prepositions, where it is it used according to what we have read today, அதெல்லாம் நீங்க பார்க்கணும். அப்போ you'll become very strong. Now coming down, we have this I already told you, in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. That can also come with generally all evenings. You want to refer to all evenings, all afternoons, all mornings. You will still say the same. In the mornings ன்னு சொல்லலாம், தப்பில்லை. Okay, but இங்க பாருங்க, but you want to refer to one particular day's morning. Whenever you want to refer to one particular day's morning, then you say on. You say on Friday morning, or generally every Friday morning. In that case also use on Friday mornings. I'll go for a walk, something like that. So because it is referring to the day and it is referring to the particular morning of a particular day, so that means you have to use on. So that's how you differentiate between in the morning and the on Friday morning or on Sunday afternoon, like that. Okay. Okay, so இங்க இதுக்கெல்லாம் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ண வேண்டாம்னு சொல்றாங்க. last, next, this, every, இந்த மாதிரி வர termsக்கு எல்லாமே வந்து we don't have to use these prepositions at, on, in and all they are saying. Okay, so you can just look at this if you want. Now I'll see you next Friday. Now I don't have to say I'll see you at next Friday or see you on next Friday is not required, because see, on Friday ஆனுக்கு அப்புறம் நெக்ஸ்ட்ன்ற ஏதாவது ஒரு வேர்டோ இல்லை வேற ஏதாவது வேர்டு வந்துச்சுன்னா அந்த இடத்துல ஆனே வராது. ஓகே, okay, because without the preposition it is already meaningful, so you don't have to insert the preposition again. So only when there is no words like this before Friday or before any other day, then you use on. Okay, இப்போ பாருங்க, இப்போ next நான் remove பண்ணா I will have to write it as I'll see you on Friday, then it becomes meaningful. But when there is next, you don't have to use all these things. Okay, similarly, they got married last June. Okay, here also I don't have to use anything. Okay, these are things that you have to understand. Okay, in a moment, in a few minutes, in 6 months, like that, in a week. இதெல்லாம் வந்து I think you guys are using it, so I don't have to explain. For example, I'll meet you in a few minutes சொல்லலாமா? I'll meet you in a few minutes. நீங்கள் வந்து if you are not able to converse everything in English na, you use Tamil or whichever language you are familiar. Try to mix English and Tamil. Okay, sorry, English and the language that you are familiar with, so that until you practice now, until it becomes natural, you try this, it will easily come, and that is how you will build your vocabulary. Do it every day, then you'll become very strong. And yeah, we'll move on. Okay, on time and in time. On time, this again, no, it is very confusing for us all the time, because we use on time and in time, and we should know how to use them properly. Now, on time means punctual or at the right time. Okay, not late. Not late. Okay, on time, that means on the right time, on the correct time. So for example, if something happens on time, it happens at the time that was planned. Okay, so the meeting started on time. So when I say the meeting started on time, it just means that I had planned to start the meeting on this time, and it started as it was planned. So that on time refers to the right time, to the exact time that you want to do something. Okay, please be on time, don't be late. That is, it means that you don't come too early, you don't come late also, you be on time, on the right time. Okay, that is the meaning. Now in time is quite soon, quite early before the planned time. Okay, will you be home in time for dinner? That means you have to come a little early before the dinner. Okay, um, so that you can refresh and then go for the dinner, like that. Okay, that is the sense. So this is the difference here. On time na exact time, in time na அந்த பிளான் பண்ண டைமுக்கும் எக்ஸாக்ட் டைமுக்கும் முன்னாடி, கொஞ்சம் முன்னாடி. I sent Amy a birthday present. I hope it arrives in time. When you send a birthday present to somebody, you don't want it to, have it delivered late, no? So you want it to deliver in time, and not on time also. On time means on the exact time, and we don't know whether everything will go proper and it will reach on time. So it's always better you plan a little before. So it's always good to use in time. Okay, similarly, we normally advise students to uh, be to the interview in time, not on time. Okay, because it's always good to uh, you know uh, reach the interview venue in time. Okay, so that means you can you can find out where the interview hall is, you can refresh a little, feel better a little, and then go for the interview properly. Okay, so the same thing applies for exams as well, right? Whenever you have an exam, we always used to tell you to be there in time. So that is how you have to use things. Okay, okay, now there is something called as just in time. Just in time na, ஒரு விஷயம் கரெக்டா நடக்குதுன்னா we use this phrase. We got to the station just in time for a train. That means we didn't miss the train. We didn't go there too early, we didn't go there too late. We were not on the time also, not on exact time, but seconds, like seconds before something that was about to happen. That is what they are trying to say. See, if we had made a little late, the train would have left. So we were on the right time, the appropriate time, something like that. So we got to the station just in time for a train. And a child ran into the road in front of the car, but I managed to stop just in time before something could happen. So just in time refers to before something could happen, I was there. Something like that. Okay, this is one thing that you have to learn: on time and in time. Next, we're going to at the end and in the end. We normally use this. See, this is applicable for everything. For example, you want to talk about the end result. Okay, so normally we say in the movies now you say in the end. Whenever you want to end a story, we say in the end. Okay, but at the end, that means you look at the example at the end of the month. You don't say in the end of the month. You'll have to say at the end of the month, or at the end of January, at the end of game, at the end of the film, or at the end of the course, at the end of the concert. That means in India now we are not very much following all these things. We use at we don't really follow any rules, but it's good to use the right way, right? So if at seems more nice and pleasant to listen, better use at, right? And we can't go and tell somebody who's speaking like in within, if they speak, and we can't go and tell them, no, what you're doing is wrong, what you're saying is wrong. We don't do that normally. Okay, so uh, we skip grammatical errors whenever somebody speaks to us, even if it is a no, even if the person is a teacher also, we don't pinpoint the mistakes, we just leave it because we take things for granted. But it is our responsibility to know the things correctly in the right way. Okay, so you can say at the end of the month, at the end of January, like that. So I am going away at the end of January, at the end of the month. Okay, or at the end of the concert, everyone applauded, the players shook hands at the end of the game. Similarly, you will say at the beginning. Okay, both are same, right? But middle க்கு சொன்னா in the middle ன்னு சொல்லணும், right? It's not at the middle. You cannot say at the middle. You have to say in the middle. So at the end and at the beginning, you can say. Okay. Now, in the end means finally, finally. But what is the difference between at the end and in the end then? At the end means just about when something is going to end, the time when it is about to going to end, you can use at the end. But when you say in the end, that means it is a result, like, okay, everything is over and finally this happened, finally this happened. So that is a end point. Okay, so we use in the end when we say what the final result of a situation was. We normally talk about the result, right? I would say the student were working hard for the exam. In the end, they all cleared. Okay, so I can use a sentence like that. Okay, so in the end, they all cleared. That means I'm talking about the result, I'm talking about the consequence. Okay, now this makes the difference between at the end and in the end. Okay, இப்போ நான் நிறைய ப்ரிப்போசிஷன் சொல்லி தந்திருக்கேம்மா. இது எல்லாமே வந்து கண்டிப்பாக யூஸ் பண்ணணும்னு இல்லை, ஆனால் தெரிஞ்சு வச்சுக்கணும். இதெல்லாம் இருக்குன்னு தெரிஞ்சு வச்சுக்கணும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட். The second step is to learn how to use them naturally while you're writing or while you're trying to speak. Okay, and there are many alternative ways. You can tell the same thing in different ways also. That is also possible, but you should be familiar with all these terms so that when you want to speak, these things will flow in your mouth automatically. That is the purpose. Okay, fine. Okay, I think with this we'll try to complete. Okay, so now it is referring to position. I told place, right? position, place or position. Now we are using the same preposition that we saw for time for position or place also. Okay, so either room, again it is a bit confusing. So if you look at this diagram, this is an enclosed place. That means it is a room. That means you are covered. You cannot, everything is covered, sealed, like, okay, it's a room. Now, whenever you have an atmosphere like this, okay, you have to use in per room எப்படி இருக்கும், full of walls built பண்ணியிருக்கும், will be in the middle and it will be closed, right? So room. So whenever you have an enclosed atmosphere, we normally use in. Okay, so you say in a room, in a building, in a box, in the kitchen, like that. So enclosed இருந்துச்சுன்னா you use in. இதை ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும். The second thing is um, in a garden, in a town, in the city center. Now இதுல வந்து நீங்க கூட யூஸ் பண்ணலாம், the யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். Now I told you when we were reading the articles, I told you in a garden means it is not a specific garden, any garden. It could be any garden. I was playing in a garden. அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன்னா that is any garden. It was okay, not a particular garden. Okay, that's all. In a town, same thing, not a particular town, right? I'm just referring to a town generally. But when I say in the city center, now I'm being very specific where I am, so it refers to particular place. So I'm saying in the city center. Now again, it is all a particular place. That is how you use. இங்க கொடுத்துருக்காங்க பாருங்க, ஒரு சர்க்கிள் போட்டிருக்காங்களா டயக்ராம்ல, அப்படின்னா நீங்க இந்த இடத்துல இருக்கீங்க, அந்த 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 ஜியாகிரபிக்கல் ஏரியால இருக்கீங்க. இப்போ கார்டன்னா அந்த கார்டனுக்குள்ள இருக்கீங்க, டவுன்னா அந்த டவுனுக்குள்ள இருக்கீங்க, சிட்டி சென்டர்னா அந்த சிட்டி சென்டருக்குள்ள இருக்கீங்க. ஸோ இட் இஸ் அ ஜியாகிரபிக்கல் ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ஷன் இஸ் தேர். ஸோ வேர் எவர் யூ ஹாவ் சச் ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ஷன், யூ ஹாவ் டு யூஸ் இன். That is the meaning. Now, similarly, you see here in a pool, in the sea, in a river, like that, because it is there. It is like you are in the middle, like that. Okay, so that means you are in that particular place. So you use it. Okay, same thing is applicable. There's no one in the room. There's no one in the building. There's no one in the garden. What do you have in your hand? So in your hand is a geographical restriction, right? Or in your mouth, it means a geographical restriction. A particular place. In the circle இருக்கிற மாதிரி, it's a particular place. In your hand is a particular place. So that is why you say in. We were in Italy. Now you know why we use in with towns, cities and all, places and all, right? So in Italy, another important thing that you have to understand is for important places you will use in. Okay, and if I'm going to talk about a town in Italy, now Italy is a place. Italy is a state or a city. Then I will use in. But if I want to talk about a particular village or a particular town inside Italy, I will say at. Okay, I'm not supposed to say in. For example, I'll tell you. I have to say I'm in Trichy. Okay, I'm in Trichy. But if I want to refer to Samayapuram, I would say I'm at Samayapuram. I don't say I'm in Samayapuram. That is wrong, right? So that is how you use in and at. Okay, in a small village in the mountains, like that. Okay, fine. Now bus stop. Bus stop is a particular place. Normally, for bus stop or for what would I say? Like railway station and all these things, we use this one. Okay, we normally say at the bus stop, at the railway station, at the bank, like that. Okay, uh, if you're standing before a door, you say at the door. Someone is at the door. Someone is at the door. Please answer the door. Someone is at the door. அந்த மாதிரி இந்த மாதிரி terms யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். At the roundabout. பாருங்க, இந்த term நல்லா இருக்கு இல்லையா? இந்த number on toll gate பக்கத்துல கூட we have this roundabout. So you have to say at the roundabout. Okay, at the roundabout. You have to speak like that. At the roundabout. At a desk. At a desk means at work. At a desk. Okay. For example, if I say my friend is at her desk, அப்படின்னா it means that she is in work. She's doing that work. Something like that. So you can read all these examples by yourself to get better understanding. and then you should also know where to use which and what. Now see, in and at can be used in different ways. For that you have to understand by reading this example. And here also you see wall, very important. Wall means on the wall, so you don't say in the wall. It's not inside the wall, it is on the wall. On the door, because it's if you want to put a sticker on the door, then you have to say on the door. Okay, on the ceiling, because on refers to surface. So whenever we are talking about surface, you have to use the preposition on. Now on the floor and சொல்லணும், ஏன்னா I'm standing above the floor, that means on the surface of the floor. On the ground, on the floor. On her nose ன்னு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, on her nose. On a page, because we are talking about surface. Island is a surface. Okay, like this. Table, on the table. The book is on the table. Okay, wall, in the direction ல இருந்தாலும் that would be on only if it is referring to a surface. அந்த மாதிரி வந்து நீங்க பார்க்கணும். இங்க பாருங்க, பாட்டில் வச்சு ரொம்ப கிளியரா எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. If it is inside the bottle, you will say in the bottle. In the bottle. But if it's on the surface of the bottle, the outer area, the surface, that means it is on the bottle. Okay, like this. I think this is sufficient for today, dear. And if you want, you can read more prepositions from textbooks like this, and any grammar book will have. So any doubts? Hope you understood everything. Anything that you want to suggest? புரிஞ்சா புரியலையா? என்னடா எல்லாம் அமைதியா இருக்கிறது பார்த்தா ஒன்றும் புரியல போல இருக்கு. அப்படியா?
புரிஞ்சுச்சு சார்.
புரிஞ்சு. ஓகே, குட். ஸோ இப்போ என்ன பண்ணணும், நீங்கள் டைம் இருக்கிறப்போ யூ கைஸ் ஹவ் டு சால்வ் கொஸ்டின்ஸ் whenever you're free. Okay, and whenever you're reading any bookனா அங்கே ப்ரிப்போசிஷன்ஸ் எப்படி யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்கன்னு பாருங்கள். எதுக்கப்புறம் வருது, எதுக்கு முன்னாடி வருது அப்படின்றதையும் பாருங்கள். அண்ட் பேஸ்ட் ஆன் that I think we can you know if you really still want to improve your preposition, then tell me, then I will try to give exercises and all, then you can do it, or I'll send the book, and based on that also you can read. Is that
Sir,
okay,
can
dear?
you send this PDF? Sir?
Yeah, I'll send the textbook, dear. I'll send the e-copy to you. You keep it safe and start reading it. Whatever I'm handling now, that you read, so that you will understand it better. And the exercises இருக்கும் அந்த புக்கில், ஒரு லெசனுக்கு அப்புறமும் அந்த எக்ஸசைஸஸ் சால்வ் பண்ணுங்க. டவுட் இருந்தால் என்கிட்ட கேளுங்க. ஓகேயா? இது எல்லாமே வந்து பிளேஸ்மெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு வரும்பா. ஓகேவா? அண்ட் அது ஒரு விஷயம். இன்னொரு விஷயம் வந்து your language will also improve when you do all these things. So that's the reason I'm asking you to do it. So it's nice that all of you are coming to the class and learning, spending extra time. It's good. This is going to reflect in your writing, reflect in your speaking very soon. Few months like this, you'll become very strong, and then you will have more confident. You'll be very confident. So I think you guys can do it. Pakla. And any help anytime now, you can just approach me and I'll try to help you. But you guys have to do homework. Homework பண்ணாம language pick up பண்ண முடியாது. So try to solve questions or try to read. இதெல்லாம் நீங்களே பண்ணணும். Okay, Mama? Then that's it, dear.
Okay,
Then I'll meet you tomorrow. Okay? Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
thank you,
sir.
sir.
Okay, Ma.
Thank
Bye.
you, sir.
Okay, dear. Bye.